The African land burned under the ruthless sun, its soil soaked with sweat, blood, and forgotten prayers. White colonizers ruled the region with fear and violence, forcing black Africans into endless labor. From sunrise to sunset, bodies moved like shadows across plantations and construction grounds, building an empire that would never belong to them. Among them was Kofi, a young black man with scars carved deep into his back and memories carved deeper into his soul. Every whip strike reminded him that his life, in the eyes of the white masters, was nothing more than property. Families were torn apart, names were replaced with numbers, and dignity was treated as rebellion. At night, when the guards rested and the wind carried distant cries, Kofi listened. Elders spoke quietly of a time before chains, of freedom, land, and identity. Mothers held their children close, whispering stories of courage so they would not forget who they were. The white rulers believed brutality would erase hope. They were wrong. In secret, something began to grow. Glances were exchanged, silent signals were learned, hidden paths through forests were memorized. Kofi became a quiet leader, not by force, but by courage. He believed freedom was worth more than life itself. One evening, as the red sun disappeared beyond the horizon, distant drum beats echoed through the trees. The sound was forbidden, yet it traveled freely through the night. It was a signal, a warning, a promise. Kofi stood still, his hands trembling, his heart pounding. Around him, others stopped working and looked toward the forest. The air felt heavy, charged with destiny. The chains rattled as Kofi tightened his fists. This was the moment. And as the drums grew louder, the night prepared to witness the first crack in the system of oppression. Their rhythm cut through the silence like a blade, awakening something ancient inside every oppressed soul. Kofi took a slow breath. He stepped forward once, then again. Others followed. Fear was still there, but it no longer ruled them. Under the cover of darkness, men and women moved together. Tools once used to enslave them became instruments of resistance. Fires were lit, not to destroy, but to be seen, to be remembered. The white colonizers awoke in confusion. They had never imagined unity among those they oppressed. Violence followed quickly, gunshots, screams, chaos, but so did courage. The oppressed fought not with hatred, but with purpose. Many fell, some were captured, others escaped into the forests. Kofi was wounded, blood soaking into the same land that had witnessed generations of suffering, yet he refused to fall. As dawn arrived, the resistance was crushed, but the message was unstoppable. The white rulers regained control, but something had changed forever. Fear had shifted sides. Even in defeat, the enslaved had proven they were human, united, and unbreakable. Kofi lay beneath a tree, watching the sky. He knew he might not survive, but his heart was calm. The children who watched from afar had seen bravery. They had seen defiance. They had seen hope. The drums were silent now, but their echo lived on. Because freedom is not always won in one night. Sometimes it is passed forward through blood, memory, and courage until the chains finally fall.